Hello and welcome to BoyleSports.com Premier League Preview. I'm Raymond, Doyle and I'm here with Nicola and McGeady, and we're going to preview the final league games of the season. Well, Nicola, I suppose there's only one place to start. All eyes will be looking on Stamford Bridge for Chelsea, who need a win to actually make sure of the title for the third time in Premier League history. They're playing against a Wigan side. Now, I presume all the money's going for Chelsea this weekend, but what are the odds like for the match?
Yeah, well, Chelsea are very short at 1 to 10, and you can get Wigan at 22 to 1. I can't remember the last time I've seen odds that big. Now, Chelsea, as you said, will seal the deal if they do beat Wigan, and it's looking likely. The only thing that will stop Chelsea, I think, will be the nerves. However, they have the calibre of players, they have the class, and I think they will manage to overcome the nerves, and especially at home I think they'll beat Wigan. I suppose only two teams have walked away from Stamford Bridge claiming some of the spoils. That was City, who beat them 4-2, and then of course Everton, who drew 3-3. Wigan though aren't going to go down without a fight. They have managed to beat Chelsea before, actually at the start of the season. They beat them at the DW Stadium, so I think they will give them a run for money, but they really haven't got the same class as Chelsea. So yeah, I think Chelsea are going to win this one, as I said, at 1 to 10. Now, you could look at the number of goals. They've scored 7 goals before. They managed most recently against Stoke. They did it against Fulham and Sunderland. So that's 12 goals. 12 to 1, if you fancy them to score about 7 goals in that game. However, played a bit safer maybe and say over 3.5 goals, and you can get that at even money.
So Nicola, you're expecting plenty of goals on Sunday at Stamford Bridge. First goal scorer market, always a popular one. I'm expecting Drogba and Nicola Lampard to dominate the betting. What do you tip for this one? Yeah,
well, no surprise, of course. Drogba is top of the betting at 2 to 1 to score the first goal. He's favoured to win the Golden Boot as well. He's had 26 goals this season along with Wayne Rooney, so I wouldn't be surprised if he nets the first one. You can get Lampard, who has been in fantastic form as well. He's 100 to 30 to score the first.
Well, Nicola, if Chelsea do manage to slip up against Wigan, all attentions will turn to Old Trafford, where Man United playing Stoke. It'll really open the door for Man United to take all 3 points and the Premier League title. Again, I suppose similar to the Chelsea game, where all the money seems to be going on the home side. But what kind of odds you got for Man United to win it?
Once again, Man United's odds are really short at 1 to 10. They're going to be hoping Wigan do them a favour, but the odds are very slim that they will do it. United, they've brought it right down to the wire. They've really given Chelsea a run for their money. I think they are going to have to settle for second place. As I said, you want to look for value, maybe look at first goal scorer. Nani has been, I suppose, the goal scorer of the month. With Wayne Rooney out injured, he's managed to really pick up the pace, and he came into form, especially in April. He kept them in the title race right to the very last day by scoring at the Stadium of Light against Sunderland. So I'd go with Nani, as I said, for value as the first goal scorer at 9 to 2, as opposed to backing United at 1 to 10.
United, big, obviously, at 1 to 10, there's not much value there. But Stoke, on the other hand, 18 to 1 in a 3-horse race. Any money going from that this week?
No, there's no money at Stoke at 18 to 1. I think people expect Man United, especially at Old Trafford, to win. Stoke, I suppose, a lot of us can't help but remember their embarrassing loss to Chelsea. They lost 7-0. Whether they can redeem themselves at Old Trafford is another question. I don't think they can. I think Stoke at the start of the season were a team that were really hard to beat, and I suppose a difficult team to... People didn't like playing Stoke, let's just say. But now, after a string of kind of lacklustre performances, I don't think there's much hope for Stoke coming away with a win. Maybe 3-0 to Man United. It's been a very popular scoreline, and if you fancy 3-0, well, that's at 13 to 2. It mightn't be a bad bet.
So after Tottenham's midweek win over Man City, that clinched their place in the Champions League for next season and their 4th spot, attention now turned to who's actually going to get 3rd in the Premier League, where Tottenham had an actual chance to get one over their rivals, pip Arsenal to the 3rd spot. For that to happen, Nicola, this week Burnley, and hope that Arsenal step up against Fulham. What price is going for Tottenham to beat Burnley this weekend?
Yeah, Spurs are 4 to 9. I don't think they're going to slip up against Burnley, who haven't won 5 games at home in a row. Burnley, I think, sealed their fate. They're going to end up in Championship football because they were beaten by Liverpool. That was the nail in the coffin, really. Spurs, the spirits are on a high with Spurs. They got everything they wanted. Place Champions League and 4th spot. If they got 3rd spot, I don't know what would happen. I think the place would just erupt. I think we've seen enough excitement in the Spurs camp, so I think they're happy where they are. A lot of people are saying they're going to sit back and rest now that they have what they want, but I don't think so. I think Harry Redknapp would like to wrap up a jubilant season on a high and just, finish it with a win.
Well, I suppose a lot of speculation for next week about Fabio Capello's World Cup squad. He's going to name 30 for his provisional squad. A lot of Tottenham boys have been mentioned about how many strikers he's going to bring. We've Defoe and Crouch, I suppose, possible England candidates. First goal scorer this weekend, who are you going to go for?
I'm going to go with Peter Crouch. He's at 7 to 2. He had a fantastic game against City, and he's the reason that they have managed 4th spot. So yeah, Peter Crouch at 7 to 2 to score the first.
Nico, we look at the final game of this week's preview where we go to the Emirates Stadium where Arsenal are playing Fulham. As you mentioned, if Tottenham do actually, as expected, beat Burnley, it puts the pressure right on Arsene Wenger's men to claim that third spot. They're playing a Fulham side who, as we probably can imagine, have once one eye on Wednesday night's Europa League final. But where's the money been going this week?
Yeah, well, money's not going on the match betting, let's just say. I don't think anybody believes Fulham are going to go and win at the Emirates. They're 12-1 and Arsenal are as short as 1-6. Arsenal, their 2-1 loss away to Blackburn Rovers on Monday night meant they haven't won in 4 league games, which would kind of maybe say to a few people, let's back Fulham. They're on a bad run of form. However, I think Arsenal fans will want to win, and I think they owe their fans a win. And at home, I think they definitely can do that. Roy Hodgson, as I said, all focus will be on the Europa League, and I think they're going to sit back at the Emirates and probably allow Arsenal the win.
I suppose I mentioned it's been a disappointing end to the Arsenal season. One maybe positive note has been the return to form and fitness of Robin van Persie. I suppose Dutch fans will be hoping he'll be a star of the World Cup. First goal scorer, what price have you got for me?
Yeah, he's 11-4. He came back, he scored at Blackburn Rovers. He scored 1 goal there on Monday night. So as I said, he'll probably want to get back amongst goal, even though it's the last game, but he'll want to end it on a high, and he's 11-4 to score the first.
Okay, thank you very much, Nicola, and we'll see you all for the World Cup previews.